Hey guys, welcome to the Vault. This is the first episode of Monday Morning Critz. We've been doing it on Tuesday. We have shifted to Monday, so I hope you guys enjoy. Pierre, take it away.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a much better format in that it's going to align perfectly with Clink Room and their Monday Morning Crits, right? So shout out to John of Ink Park for kind of making the suggestion, because I think it's going to be better to see this kind of married up to the actual Clink Room Monday Morning Crits. So, you can look over there, kind of see some of the feedback that's going on there in the stories and on the post, but you can also come over here for some video. And we can kind of share our thoughts around the designs. So with that, we're going to continue though with that same format, right? The good, the bag, and the ugly. So Andre, you want to explain to everybody what that is?
Yeah, so the good is it's good. Maybe need a couple little things, couple little tweaks, colors, this, that, and the third. The bag is the one you absolutely gotta throw it in the Duffy and go home with it. And then the ugly is the ones that are ugly. Could use more work. It could be fixed. It doesn't mean it's a bad design. It just, might need something a little bit more than what the good would need.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good assessment of what it all means. So let's do this. So we're going to start with the ugly. So the ugly again is, they probably should hit that drawing board again, because there may be some things that just aren't working. But our first take is, it's ugly and needs some work. So why don't we start this week? Why don't we start with Leon? Because Leon, he's looking very closely at the designs. And I always love Leon when he doesn't have a lot of time to prepare. So why don't we start with Leon? Leon, you're ugly.
I'm gonna pick on the Golden Ox today. I think. I'm not a big fan of like the big silhouette. Like, let's stick a background into it. It is the year of the ox, so that's cool. But like he's got like the eyes hidden in the mountains, and then the nose is with the brick. I don't know. It's just, for me, I'm not into it.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Leon. Andre, what's your ugly?
I think Spectral Moose. I probably would have put Golden Ox as well, but I guess I'd rather be more constructive to a different hat. Spectral Moose to me is not necessarily a bad design. I just kind of feel like it almost looks a little lazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. It seems like it's kind of unfinished. Maybe just because it's not colored, it's just white, so it's kind of like, all right, I guess it's just going to be a white logo. But I don't know, I feel like maybe they could have used the head or the antlers for the top part of the S or something like that. I guess kind of maybe moved the moose outside of the center part of the S, just to kind of give it a little bit more distinction of what it's actually supposed to be.
Yeah, I actually like that one. I think it's because I love minor league. I think it's because I love minor league baseball logos so much, like old school ones. That's what it reminds me of. But I get it. I mean, maybe a little splash of color would help. But
yeah, no. So just to help you guys out, Chad was trying to submit this for the Shadow League, and if you guys remember, the Shadow League for Clink Room is one color. Let the embroidery kind of do the talking. So,
I feel that.
Yeah. So one color hit. Chad usually does a really good job. So, on this one, if Casey does the embroidering right, where the moose's nose is raised or something,
yeah.
Ooh, fire!
Yeah, well, either way, Andre's not a fan of it, which is cool. We're allowed to share our different opinions, but I appreciate your opinion, Andre.
Does anyone know what spectral means? Because I have no idea.
Oh, spectral. It's like a different spectrum. So like a different, I want to say, let's see, it says the enormous moose. Every story comes. I'm trying to see what else. The weight, the specter. I have no idea. I'm not gonna even try to guess.
But I don't think it's gonna change much about what we think of the design.
No.
Because I kind of like it. Andre doesn't. I think Jason kind of likes it. This one's kind of a mixed bag, right? But that's why we all have different opinions. So, Jason Mead, you're ugly.
I I thank you, Pierre.
It just sounded like you called him.
I'm sorry. No, Jason. Jason,
Yeah.
Jason, you're a very handsome man. But
And you're ugly.
what's your ugly for this slide?
I gotcha. All right.
Yeah, it did sound
yeah.
terrible, man. Now that I think of it,
It did.
and honestly, I wasn't trying to be funny.
No, I got what you're saying. Yeah, I'm with Leon on the Golden Ox. If you're going to use a silhouette like this, it's got to be one that has like a bigger shape and not such fine details like the horns and stuff. It cuts off too much of the background, I think, and the colors are just too close together. That red with that orange.
Mhm.
I don't. That one definitely needs to go back to the drawing board and be rethought a little bit.
All right. Thank you, Jason. I should say handsome Jason. John, you're ugly.
Thank you. I appreciate it. My wife thinks I'm handsome though, so it's all good.
That's all that matters.
As do I.
So I think Leon and Jason are spot on with the ox. It's just something about trying to put that in there. So I agree with all them, but so I want to pick something different. I'm not getting the reptilian. So I don't know if it's supposed to be like what is the Slee Stack from like Land of the Lost? You know what I mean? Kind of vibe. I have a feeling those smaller details on the face are going to be harder to. And I noticed like Boz likes to put these backgrounds on, which is okay, but I would say like make the head bigger, maybe, and that way that detail can be more in there. But yeah, that's the only one I think that really needs to be kind of reworked besides the Golden Ox.
Yeah. Well, thank you, John. My ugly is RoboCap.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I love Jacobo's work. I don't. I mean, that does zero for me. It's very simple.
Cap's kind of small.
The cap's small. The cap's small. It's like, I don't know, man. I like his other design here a lot more, but this one is just not doing it for me, man. I don't know, man.
What if you made the glass on top like a cap? Like the part coming out would be like the
if you're gonna do it at all, I don't think it needs that plexi covering at all. Just put a huge cap on it. I don't know. I think it could be integrated into this design differently, where it looks right. I mean, does that even look like a cap?
It didn't at first. I had to look at it a couple times to see it.
It doesn't even look like a cap. Like if you're gonna do this, make it look like a fitted hat.
Wait,
So
I'm
like
confused. What part is the cap?
Underneath the gold, underneath the dome is a cap.
Oh,
The
Yeah,
yellow
I
is the
didn't see
under
that.
visor.
Yeah,
The red
nah,
is the brim.
And I think that's where you lose it, right? Because I had to do that. All of us didn't even realize there's a cap under there. So maybe emphasize that point. But yeah,
take the glass off that glass dome and just make it a big cap, like a big hat.
Yeah.
I get it, RoboCap. I get it. I like his art. I don't know, man. I don't like that thing. That's just me, man. I do like Chummy though, and we'll get there in a minute. But all right, so let's move on, guys, to the good. So the good are the ones that like, hey, you know what? I see some potential here. It's not quite there, but it's solid. And you know, maybe share one thing you change about it to make it something that you would really enjoy. So why don't we go back in that same order? Leon, since you're wearing Chamuco's, that's a Clink release, right?
Sure. On an orange.
Yeah, there it is. So since you're wearing Clink today, we'll allow you to go first here as well.
I like Chummy. And I like the double entendre because I guess to attract sharks, you use chum, right? Chum in the water. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I do like that. The thing that kind of throws it off for me is the way he kind of shaded the gills and the little accent lines. It almost makes it look like the shark is skinny. So I would just make it a more robust, more bold shark. He it looks like he's got like the waves almost look like ribs almost. So I would adjust the waves a little bit. I don't know if you really need the waves, but I do like the idea of the chum with they kind of hang loose, and they're getting acquainted while getting eaten. But it's a cool concept. I just think it needs to be reworked a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna pick Chummy.
All right, cool. All right, next up, Andre.
For some reason, I kind of like this one. I feel like it's more of a safe design, I guess, to pick, but I like the Toronto Owls. I don't know. That hat looks complete to me. It looks like an old school. It really looks like some old school hockey shit. I don't know. It seems like an actual made logo already. It kind of has like it seems like it would have like a nostalgic feel to it. The colors are just, I don't know, kind of stapley, classic, I guess. It just works for me. I don't know. I like that one.
Nice.
My only thing about that one is maybe the wings need to be adjusted a little bit.
Older.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I mean, there could
Other
be a
than
couple
that,
of things that
I
I
agree
feel
with
like.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think he's going for that maple leaf type shape. So if you make the wings too big, you kind of lose that maple
Yeah,
leaf.
you're 100% right. That's a maple leaf.
Yeah,
Oh.
but then you, yeah, see, and that's where you're trying to fit too much, right?
Yeah. Because now you're making it
Yeah,
where.
but do owls have big ass wings like that?
Yes.
Yeah, they're huge.
They're huge.
Yeah. That I get what John's saying though, because you're almost kind of caging it in where, I mean, if that was the case, then you could just make the overall logo bigger. But it almost makes it where like you're forced to have that one way. I agree with that. I think the wings might be a little small, maybe expand them a little bit.
Yeah.
And then maybe I guess drop the legs a little bit to make, I still feel like it needs that gap between the hockey stick though.
Oh yeah.
And the wing.
Yeah,
I feel like if you made the wing too big and that hockey stick overlaid it, that it kind of might get overshadowed a little bit if there wasn't more feathering in the wings. But I agree with the wings. I think they should be bigger for sure.
All right, cool. Thanks, Andre. Jason, what do you got?
Yeah, I like Toronto Owls. Just going back to what they were saying, I would play with the colors maybe a little bit. I don't like logos that are the same color as the crown, but because I already discussed that one, I'm going to go with Night Watchers. I like the art. I'm not sure about the. Oh, okay. So he's got a moon and Saturn in there. Maybe I'd play around with those shapes just a little bit. Saturn looks a little muddled.
The Saturn looks kind of like an old school top hat, right? Like one of those.
Yeah.
Like a. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. I
like
would just even put a star and a moon in both the eyes, right? Like, and then again, play with the colors a little bit. Again, because the color of the crown and the color of the logo are so similar, it just kind of gets lost in there. I know he's going for that dark night theme, but I think that it needs a little more contrast between the two.
Feel that.
Cool. Thanks, Jason. John, what do you got?
Well, you both of you guys kind of picked on the two that I was looking at. I like the Night Watchers too, and I like the Toronto Owls. Toronto Owls will just give you either do the shape of the maple leaf, right, completely, where it's like it's distinguishable, or you don't. So like you have to pick and choose. Like this one's feels to me like it's in the middle because I didn't even realize it was the maple leaf, right? And Night Watchers, I really like. I think that the colors need to be played with because it's two tonal to the hat. I do like the idea of like kind of like the stars and Saturn in the eye, but just make that a little bit more distinct. Other than that, both of those are really good.
Yeah. All right. So my good is Stingers. I'm going to tell you guys a quick story. So when I was a kid in Connecticut, there was tons of commercials for Hartford High Life. Hartford High Life, that sport. I don't know if you remember this, Andre, at all. Being from New England, High Life was a sport that everyone bet on. You know, but this logo, for some reason, reminds me of like the late '80s.
Yeah.
So I love it. I do like it. I love how they integrated like that hive kind of in there. It just looks it's so well done. The only change I would make to put this from good to great would be a green under. Something about I don't know. I get why there's a yellow.
Yeah.
But like that retro look, might as well put the green on there, man. And this thing is like,
Yeah, just embrace the 80s with it, right?
yeah, late 80s,
Yeah.
early. Yeah, I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's a great looking hat too.
Yeah.
I like this hat.
I feel like it's complete. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
feel like that's like ready for production. Like,
Yep.
Mhm.
For me, it would be my bag it up if it had a green under. That's just me. I don't even think I've seen Clink do a green under, like a Kelly green under.
No.
yeah, I don't know.
Wait, no, Catalina flying.
Yeah.
Bot Pirates and Catalina Flying Fish. Yeah, you're right. There were some, but that one looked great in green. All right, that was mine. So why don't we go into the bag, right? The ones that we're gonna bag it up is ready to go. No doubter. Leon, what's yours?
So originally I was gonna do Toronto Owls, but you guys made some good points. So I'm gonna go with still Toronto Owls because I don't know if there's anything better. I don't know if the CN Tower will cause it to be dubbed, as the kids say. I'm not sure. I do like that subtleness of it. You hit a CN Tower in the middle, but I do agree with John. The wings are too stubby. But anytime I can pick Toronto, I will. So, hometown bias.
All right, cool. Thank you, Leon. Andre, what do you got?
This one hard, kind of.
Yeah, I was thinking as you guys were all talking, I'm like, Jesus, which one of these guys gonna pick is their bag it up?
Yeah, low key should have probably picked the Toronto Owls as my bag.
But listen, guys, you can still bag it up, and we could still have some critiques for it as well.
For sure. You're right. Honestly, bro, I like Lizard Kings, man.
Okay.
I like Lizard Kings, bro. I feel like honest to God, if I did not know that this was a Clink Room hat, I would think that is like some sort of hockey team. I don't know what hockey team. It looks complete to me. I maybe would think of a different color choice. I feel like you could, do that, but I think that's a good hat. I like that shit.
My problem with it is the hockey stick.
It's a hockey stick. Yep.
The hockey stick looks ridiculous.
It looks more
the
like
only thing, to be honest with you. But yeah, I agree with Munfu right there. Like, it's really good, but that's that hockey stick because it's so in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's funny as it sounds. It almost looks like a street hockey team. Like it doesn't not like an actual ice hockey team. Like it almost looks like some roller like hockey type shit. A little bit like outdoor, but it looks cool. Like it almost looks. I feel like they could work on the stick a little more. But
the stick is the only thing bothering me with it.
Maybe tape it up or something. That would be dope. Like I don't know.
Square end at the back. You know what I mean?
But
square end at the back.
Going back to what like Casey kept saying in our Clink Vision series, I think there needs to be more space too between the stick and the shield shape. That's way too close together there.
They could probably just change kind of the dimension. I mean, I feel like they could kind of change the way it looks if maybe they would have him bringing the stick back or something like that, maybe a little bit more to kind of give it a little bit more motion. It almost looks like he's just holding it. He's almost holding the hockey stick like a lacrosse stick more so than a hockey stick.
Yeah. Change it to a lacrosse stick.
That would be dope. That would be a dope ass lacrosse.
Always done a lacrosse one. Yeah.
That shit would be heat.
Yeah. All right, cool. Thanks, Andre. Jason, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with 2 this week. I like Spectral Moose and I like Stingers. They gave me that minor league type vibe. I think these 2 are ready to go right now.
Cool. All right, thanks, Jason. I kind of thought you would go that route as I looked at it. John, what's your bag?
I'm feeling what you guys are feeling too. Spectral Moose with the Kelly Green under. There's your Kelly Green under, by the way. And Stingers, man. I think if they 3D embroider the hive in the middle. Oh my god.
Oh, wait a second.
No, Jason,
Jason, go ahead, Jason. What do you got to say there? You're just wondering.
I got nothing to say. I like John's idea of making that raised embroidery.
I was waiting for Jason's negative space to enter the conversation.
That would be cool too. But I like the race.
Okay.
Can I ask an honest question first, John, before you go?
Yeah, for sure.
Jason, did you refrain from using the term negative space this evening because of the pressure we provided?
You guys keep bringing me back to it though, so it doesn't matter what I do.
No, but I honestly want to know. I'm doing a study on peer pressure. Did we pressure you in some way to not bring up negative space today? Do you think about it as you're looking at designs now?
No, I
Okay,
don't.
good. Because I don't want you
No,
to.
I don't think about it. And I really just didn't even see it with this one.
Yeah,
I know it's
good. No, that's fair enough, man.
kind of intended that way because you can see the seam of the hat.
It's designed
and
as negative space.
Jason, I want to be clear with you. There's two reasons why I bring this up.
Yeah.
Number one is I want your honest opinion. I want you to share if you want to see negative space. But secondly, and more importantly, I love the banter that goes on every time you say negative space. So I don't want you to ever stop talking about negative space.
Okay, got it.
So let me explain why I do 3D on that, right? And then Jason can say why he'd like the negative space.
Yeah.
So the reason I would do that is because you can now the I guess the opening to the hive, you can actually flat embroider, and the lines in the back you can flat embroider, right? So now you create some dimensions within the design. That's why I would do it.
Sure. And I completely agree with you. I would just do that as all negative space. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I would do the S flat.
Yeah.
I would if you're going negative space, I'd raise all the blue.
Yeah.
No, it's black. But I would
black?
it's black.
That's
Yeah,
black?
it's a beehive, guys.
You can go blue too.
It's like a hive.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
It's
thinking.
black. It's
I like that shit.
what kind of wasps are do you see like
So
running around with?
here's the thing. You could
navy?
do it.
Because it looks
You
like
could
a
do it either
Pacers
way.
thing to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do it
That's
either way, and it would be
black.
fire. You know what I mean? You could do
Yeah.
the negative space raised S. You can do S as a semi-flat if you wanted to, and the lines in the S flat, and then the raised beehive. So there's so many options with this, and that's why it's so good. So
Is anyone
and then-
else wondering how Leon has a 20-foot monitor and he can't tell that that's black?
It looks
looks-
black to me. I mean, it looks
looks-
navy to me.
It looks navy to me too.
it's black.
Either way, it's cool.
Thank you,
Great, yeah.
Joseph. Let us know in the comments what you intended that to be, because
It's
it looks like
black.
midnight navy to me.
Leon.
It's
Leon?
black and it's black and yellow.
It's called
Or like-
stingers, man.
Yeah,
What the fuck,
black
man?
and gold. Killer bees, man. Killer bees. Just think about Wu-Tang.
It screams Pacers to me.
Yeah, but it's called stingers. It's not called.
It
like-
really should be black.
Yeah, it is black. It not
I'd
should
rock
be.
navy. I'd rock navy with that. Golden navy.
Oh, you
navy
guys are
and gold.
killing me. You hearing this, Mumfu?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you wanted it to be like Michigan,
Yeah.
I guess, but
But
No,
black
he,
and-
no,
black and
Indiana.
yellow
I
is
get the
black and-
Indiana Pacers thing, but that's clearly black. But all right. So, John, did you go yet?
Yeah, I said spectral moose
Oh, sorry,
and
yeah.
stingers. Yeah, I think
Yes.
spectral moose, whatever case.
I got lost in all that conversation.
No, you're good. So I'm good. You can go.
All right. So mine is spectral moose. I don't know, man. I just like it. I think the embroidery is going to look fantastic on that. I think it's got a nice simple look to it, and that one screams Clink to me as well.
yeah.
Just because it's so weird, man. It's different. It's cool. I do like Shummy too, man. I do like that.
I like that one too.
Yeah, I do too.
If you
There's a-
look really closely, the spectrum moves, you can see that there's definition within it. There's like white lines in it inside.
Now the details coming to life on that
Oh,
20-inch monitor,
see
that
that? Can you see
20-foot
that?
monitor.
He
Look
can
at him.
see it all now.
Oh yeah.
Look at him.
See?
Leon's in like
Wouldn't
heaven
have
now.
seen
with
that
new
on
monitor.
wouldn't have seen that on the
No, Leon, there's
MacBook Air.
no doubt you can see details, that's for sure. But I think you got to adjust the color settings on your monitor.
I might be colorblind. Who knows?
No, you're not colorblind. But all right, cool. So this was pretty good, guys. John, you have any last minute things you want to share about these designs before we wrap up?
Sure. Milk Crate by J Matz is actually really good. I probably personally wouldn't buy it, but it definitely fits the Clink. I think
I don't like that anime. I don't like that like
Yeah, the PAL, the
Yeah.
comic sign is a little weird, but it's not bad. And then we talked about Chum. The only thing about Chummy was it looks like the fin like he's on land, like he's trying to get up out of land. So that was the only thing that kind of threw me off. And then
Like he's coming
other
out of
than
a
that, I
man,
mean,
like he's coming out of a sewer or a manhole.
something,
Yeah.
doesn't it? Like it looks like he's
Yeah.
trying to get up on land.
Yeah, you're right.
And then RoboCap, I like it. I just feel like if it's going to be like a RoboCap, there should be some emphasis on the cap, and all of us struggle to see the cap. But other than that, man, I mean,
Man, turn his whole head into a cap
yeah,
with
there
like
you go.
robot eyes and
Yeah.
shit on it.
I think that would be better
Yeah,
too.
cut the body out, you think?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, you even leave the body there and just put a huge hat as his head.
Yeah, or like it's backwards, right? He has a backwards hat, and
Yeah,
eyes and
yeah,
everything.
yeah. Like a Jason
So,
Mead style.
Other than that, I mean,
Just
everyone.
incorporate some negative space in there, though.
Yeah, that'd make it killer.
So other than that, everyone did a good job. It's a little bit of a weird week for us, I think. You know, as
Yeah.
far as designs, but you know, hey, you know, that's the world of art for you. You know,
Right.
you're gonna have like killer ones here and there that just pop out at you.
Last
And
week
then
was
some-
crazy.
some
Last
are
week
gonna
was
finesse.
crazy good. Last week was crazy good.
Mhm.
And then a lot of the crazy good ones didn't make it, which I think is crazy.
I think so too. I thought that was crazy when I saw the ones that made it and didn't make it. I was like, damn.
I won't say the ones that made it. I'll say more the ones that didn't make it were like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
hell?
yeah.
You know, I think, you know, I just think like there was some stuff last week that I hope to see in the future. Every time I see some of those things happen, I think of Jacobo's what's the one
The Money Chasers.
yeah, Money Chasers. Like that's the one I always think about. That was like just like I don't know, a diamond in the rough that just got missed. You know, I hope none of those from last week get missed because there were some fantastic ones last week. And this week I give it like a C.
Yeah.
Last week was like a B plus A minus, right?
Yeah.
I think for stuff to look at and talk about. This one like a C plus.
Yeah, it's had a good couple standout ones. The other ones were a little bit, needed a couple bit of things, but I get it.
Yeah.
I would have a hard time picking 6 of these to go.
Yeah.
If I was going to pick 6, I would go Spectral Moose, Toronto Owls, Stingers, Lizard Kings, Chummy, and Night Watchers.
Yeah.
No, I would go Milk Crate Man, Maidenness.
Yeah,
Matt.
I think it's good. Like I think it's good. It wouldn't be my personal one, but if you're looking at Clink,
Yeah,
that's a Clink hat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
that would be my last choice though. And Night Watchers would just not make the cut this time. All right, cool.
Totally.
All right, guys, this was fun, man. So for those out there, we filmed this on Easter. So, I know this is a quiet day for some folks that do celebrate. For others, I hope you enjoyed the day with those important to you. And with that, Leon, how about you take us away, big fella?
Yeah, make sure you guys like, rate, review, subscribe to the channel. Check out our podcast on all major streaming platforms as well. Until next time, stay fitted. We out.
Peace.
See you, everybody.